Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Naparito po kami sa Senado. Kasama po ang 18 na dating mga sundalo ng Republika ng Pilipinas sa dalawang kadahilanan. Una po ay gusto kong maklarify ang mga imbitasyon na natanggap namin. Pagkatapos po kasi ng Blue Ribbon Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing noong June 4, bandang alas 2:30 po ng hapon, nakatanggap po ako bandang alas 8 ng gabi ng isang imbitasyon na pinapatawag ulit kami sa Senado sa araw na ito, Lunes. Nagka-problema po ako dahil pagkatapos ng June 4 hearing ay nagsiuwian sa kanilang mga probinsya yung ibang mga sundalo at sinamahan din nila yung si Walter Manalansan para sa lamay ng kanyang kapatid na namatay noong umaga ng June 4 din, 2026. Kaya minarapat ko po na sumulat kay Senator Cayetano noong araw din na yon, noong gabing yon, no? So makikita din nyo dito ang in-email ko na sulat, June 4 din ang petsa, humihingi ng guidance kay Senate President Alan Cayetano. At bakit ko po in-address kay Senate President Alan Cayetano ang aking sulat? Despite the fact that some senators are claiming he is no longer the Senate President, I have here a video just 2 days ago na sinasabi ni Senator Erwin Tulfo na ang Senate President pa rin ay si Alan Cayetano. At pwede ko pong ipakita sa inyo yung kanyang video na sinasabi nga na si Senator Alan Cayetano pa rin ang Presidente. Kaya ko po in-address sa kanya ang ating...
Cayetano is still the Senate President.
Sorry po ha.
Senator Cayetano is still the Senate President. Because we don't have 13. It's against the law naman, di ba? For the committees. Simula pa sa Protect Right, we cannot touch the Senate presidency because we don't have 13. This is what the law says. You have to have 13.
Dahil po sa pahayag din ni Senator Erwin Tulfo na yan, na si Senate President Alan Cayetano pa rin ang Senate President, so I address my letter to Senator Alan Cayetano. At sumagot naman po si Senator Cayetano noong Sabado, no? At ang sabi niya rito, if I may read for your convenience the pertinent portion of the letter. Ang sabi po niya sa second paragraph, we must clarify, however, that the hearing purportedly set for 08 June 2026 was not authorized by this office, by Senator Pia Cayetano as committee person, chairperson, or by Senator Rodante Marcoleta. No? So, bakit ko po minarapat na magpunta rito para sana tanungin kay Senator Cayetano itong sulat niya. No? Dahil makikita po ninyo, hidiran po itong rules ni Senator Robin. Ipapakita ko po sa inyo yung Section 17 ng Senate Resolution number 5 which was approved on August 9, 2010. No? At ang sinasabi dito, any invitation for a witness or any subpoena should be signed by the chairman of the committee and approved by the President of the Senate. Maliwanag po dito sa Section 17. Kaya po tinignan ko itong imbitasyon, makikita ninyo rito, wala pong pirma yung nagsasabi na siya yung chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, wala ring pirma yung Senate President, walang approval. Kaya dyan po kami naguguluhan, no? At bakit ko po nire-raise ito? Dahil naman po sa for our safety and security, no? And we are expecting the good senators to follow their own rules. Itong sinasite ko po na Senate Resolution number 5 provides for the rules governing inquiries in aid of legislation. No? Ito po yung Resolution number 5. Okay? So, sana naman po ay sinunod ng sumulat sa amin yung sinasaad ng rules ng Senate. Kaya po kami nagpunta rito kay Senator Robin para mapaliwanagan din kami. Pangalawa po, sa totoo lamang ay we are worried but we are not scared that Mr. Erwin Tulfo, who claims to be the new chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, is presiding over this investigation. Kasi po, inaakusahan siya, pero siya rin ang mag-iimbestiga at eventually siya rin ang magdedesisyon. He is the accused or respondent, so to speak, but he is the investigator and the judge rolled into one. Sa isang demokrasya po ay na merong functioning judicial system ay hindi nyo po makikita yung kanyang pangyayari. Na kung sino pa yung akusado, siya pa ang mag-iimbestiga at siya pa ang magdedesisyon kung sino ang nagsisinungaling at kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo. And of course, by human nature, we don't expect Mr. Erwin Tulfo to admit his guilt. And therefore, by human nature also, it is predictable that he will cite all of us as liars. And pursuant to his power as chairman of the committee, and that is debatable, he can cite us in contempt, he can punish us, and he can send us to jail. And for these purposes po, I will cite to you Section 18 po of the same Senate Resolution number 5. Nakalagay po dito, 18, no? Contempt. Contempt. Makikita nyo dito, ang sinasabi, ito, mabasahin ko po. The chairman, with the concurrence of at least one member, may punish or cite in contempt any witness before the committee who disobeys any order of the committee or refuses to be sworn or to testify or to answer a proper question by the committee or any of its members or testifies falsely or evasively. Sa tingin niyo ba, sasabihin ni Mr. Erwin Tulfo that we are testifying truthfully? Sasabihin niya yan, you are testifying falsely. And what is the consequence of that? Contempt. And once you are cited in contempt, itong rule po na ito ay in-amend ng Senate. We have resolution number 145. Senate resolution number 145. Ang matindi po ikukulong kami. No? Ito ito. A contempt of the committee shall be deemed a contempt of the Senate. Such witness may be ordered by the committee. That is the danger. No? Give me few minutes na lang. So yun po ang, having said all of those, this is our humble request to the members and leadership of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. First message, we should observe the rule of law. We should observe your own Senate rules. If you do not follow your own rules, how can you expect us, non-senators, to obey your rules? Second, we humbly ask, we respectfully ask the members and the leadership of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines to observe statesmanship, not brinkmanship.